Hello there. My name is Ben Schuyler, General Manager of Seabrook Island Real Estate. Before I dive into the market update for November, I wanted to show you something pretty cool. We now have the living room gallery at Seabrook Island Real Estate in full effect. So I just wanted to show everyone that gallery, but then also point out our collection efforts this year so far for the holidays. So let me kind of take you on a spin around. And so this is the gallery. We had our first event here, the Mary White event, this past month. And it was standing room only, which was great. I will say that it was such standing room only that I highly suggest if you were here and didn't get to really dive into all of these different pieces on the wall that you come back because they're beautiful, really diversified pieces. And I mean, check that out. That is just pretty darn cool. So right here you see we are collecting for the Charleston Humane Society. Fun little tree there. Come on in and bring in dog food, pet, any pet really. I mean, literally, cat. I mean, we have, there's, guinea pigs. They literally take food and treats for all types of animals. So I recommend we're going to collect for the rest of the year for the Charleston Humane Society. Bring in those fun treats, and it sure would be appreciated. Kind of panning out, you can see the kind of the rest of the gallery here. All of these blue bags are the Salvation Army angels, the angel tree. And so we were able to pass out 50 different bags, and each bag has a kid's name on it and their wish list. And so every single one of these bags has a kid's full Christmas on it. So we've got quite a few more bags coming in today because this is the collection day for that. But really, really cool. And you can see more of the art on the wall there. And then we come over here and look at all of these toys. These are toys for tots. And so they will be coming and collecting those today as well. So I want to say thank you so very much for bringing in all of these toys. It really is going to make a lot of kids happy. And don't forget our pets as well. So this is the gallery. Come on in. You can read the paper, grab some coffee, have a little yacht rock playing in the backgrounds there. How can you go wrong with that? So want to now kind of dive into the market update. And so really want to break this down into two different categories, like I always do. And so first, I want to look at Seabrook Island sales as far as single family detached homes. So I want to look at November. November numbers literally came in just yesterday, straight from the Charleston Trident Association of Realtors, the MLS there. And in November on Seabrook Island, and this is island-wide, when we're looking at home sales, there was actually only one closed sale. The previous year, there were 6, so pretty good little decrease there. As far as new listings go, there were 7 new homes that hit the market in November. Previous year, there were 9. So little drop there as well. Now, the median and average sales price are obviously the same in this category because there was one, and that was the sale was at $1,830,000. The percent of original list price received was 96.6%, and that property was on the market for one day. We actually were the listing company on that, and what an awesome house that was. So I'm really excited for the buyers on that one. Now, looking at year-to-date numbers. When we're looking at new listings for the entire year, there were 118 island-wide for homes, single-family detached homes. The previous year, there was 140. So actually, that's a 15.7% decrease, which is interesting. I would not have guessed that coming into to this year, but that's the case. As far as closed sales go, so far year to date through November for homes, there have been 92 island-wide. The previous year, 91. So really on track with the previous year, one more. So when we're looking at November and there was only one sale in that category, it's looking at the year-to-date numbers kind of rests our mind at ease a little bit more for that. Median sales price year-to-date homes, $1,427,500. The previous year, $1,373,000. So that's actually a 4% increase. Now that's median. When we're looking at average, it's actually gone up more. 8.4% from the previous year. Previous year, $1,588,000. This year, the average sales price for homes on Seabrook Island, $1,722,000 and change. When we're looking at the percent of original list price received, this is an interesting one, 93.6%. So if I was a seller on Seabrook Island, I have my house on the market, and someone brings me an offer at 4% off, 5% off, I'm not going to be insulted. I'm going to know this data, and I'm going to negotiate from there. But I'm not going to be upset with with that offer, quite frankly. And then days on the market until sale, 69 year to date. For homes, the previous year, 48. So that's a pretty good increase, 43.8%. It's always imperative that you speak with a Seabrook Island real estate agent to best position your property to sell, especially with the data environment that we're in here. Now let's shift gears into villas. So in November, when we're looking at new listings taken island-wide for villas, there were 6. The previous year, there were also 6, so no change there. When we're looking at closed sales in November for villas, island-wide, there were actually 8. So villas had a great month. Previous year in November, there were 4. So that's obviously 100% increase right there. Homes may have been, not as active as far as closings, but the villas, had a very, very healthy month. So that's great to see. Median sales price in November for villas island-wide was $740,000. The year before, $662,000. When we're looking at average sales price, it was $723,000, which is a 9.1% decrease from the previous year of $796,000. And the percent of original list price received was 89.7%, so roughly 90%. Now, when we're looking at year-to-date numbers, this is interesting. So we've got new listings of 118 compared with the previous year of 107. That's a 10.3% increase. I would have expected that to be a little higher than that. So that's really kind of having similar years to the one prior. So really just more of a normal market that we're in, which is healthy for all. When we're looking at closed sales, villas island-wide, there were 70. Year before, 67, 4.5% increase. So very similar there. Median sales price year-to-date, villas island-wide, $662,500. That's actually a 15.2% increase from the previous year, because the previous year was $575,000 year-to-date through November. The percent of original list price received, 94.1%. So, for the month of November, it was 90%, but year to date, we're looking at, 94.1%. So that's good to know. So, at the end of the year, Obviously, first off, I want to thank everyone so very much for your generosity. There's so many kids that are going to have, fun Christmases because of all of y'all's giving. So thank you so very much. It's also the time of year where, as so many of you know, we are owned by the Seabrook Island Club. We're a wholly owned subsidiary of them. So this is the year that we can calculate how much profit there is that we're able to give over to the club. So literally using Seabrook Island Real Estate to either sell your property or buy your property directly supports your club, Seabrook Island Club. So wanted to make sure that you knew that. And just kind of in conclusion, I always like to say in our advertising, we not only know Seabrook Island Real Estate, we are Seabrook Island Real Estate. So thank you so very much. Happy holidays.